It is the equivalent of military intelligence deconstructing an enemy's field manual. The problem that you are having now is that when I compare their manual with your manual, the information and operational procedures were exactly the same. Imprisonment, unspeakable torture, trial, and unspeakable heinous murders were committed in the name of God because someone said that the innocents were witches. There may have been one or two actual witch, wise woman healers per village, yet millions of women were slaughtered, leaving one or two women in each village after the purges. Do the math. We don't kill our enemies, we get our enemies to kill themselves. The premise of my book, ICD 999, restated would be, witches and sorcerers don't need to be real. Just like Reginald Scott said in 1584, that others believe and act on those beliefs by murdering millions of innocent, non-Wiccan women is the only threat to mankind. Do you get it? But, you say, you said that witchcraft is real and historical. Of course I did, but that doesn't matter. Because it was the real witches who told the Christians to kill non-witches. And the Christians believed what the real witches told them. The line does not blur at this point. It disappears. It is not possible for a rational, outside the fishbowl, nihilist observer to tell the difference between the killer witches and the killer Christians. They got you to kill your own flesh and blood, and the only women left to breed with would be witches. The genetic spawn of Lilith is a subspecies that is predatory to humans. Haven't you ever wondered why evil seems to grow exponentially? It's because you let it. It's because you help it. Now line up, roll up your sleeve, and get an injection of some demon DNA and RNA that the witches have cooked up in the vaccines. A demon must enter the body from a portal, whether it is a natural orifice like the nose or mouth, or an artificial one made by a needle. This is called possession. A person can be taken over by trickery or by invitation. Purposely taking a vaccine with demon DNA is an invitation to being demon-possessed. You are purposely choosing and allowing your genome to be corrupted with that of the demon race. But King James wrote his book against demons and witchcraft. The problem is that Christians spend all their time thinking about what would Jesus do and no time thinking about what would the devil do. If I were the devil and I didn't want to be found out, I would write about those other demons and point in the opposite direction. I would see to it that my competition of innocent, righteous women would be wiped off the face of the planet by tricking their own kind to do it for me. But James Stewart gave us the King James Version Bible. Yes, with all the demonology removed from the original text. Knowledge is power. If you knew that the Abrahamic Mosaic traditions were based on black magic, you would view the Bible in a whole new way. This knowledge might make you avoid the Bible completely, giving you back your free choice and power over your own life instead of being enslaved by fear and dread of laws and prophecies from a race you don't belong to and can never be accepted by. Even if you were to convert to Judaism, the translation of the word for such a convert means stranger. The Talmud states categorically that 1,000 goy are not worth a single fingernail clipping of a Jew. I do not suggest that you read the Talmud because unless you are a Rabbi, reading the Talmud comes with a death sentence. Kind of makes you want to read it even more, doesn't it? What could be so special, secret, or terrible about a collection of the words of Moses that we could tell you, but then we'd have to kill you? The Talmud was written at the same time as the Torah in around 666 BC in Babylon. Why is it that the Talmud is not included in what is commonly accepted as the Bible? Who decides what goes in and why? If you had read the Bible but have never read the Talmud, then why? The death sentence aside, who decides what you read, interpret, and understand? Some often say their pastor. The word for pastor is Latin for shepherd. Do you know him or her? So as to imply, can you really know another human being? Are you related to them? Have you ever done the comparative analysis of the original texts for yourself? If you listen to or follow a shepherd, you are by definition a sheep. I must stop here. Part 2 of the King James Diversion will offer historical insights into how this bloodline con man killed the innocent and rewarded witches as part of the greatest deceptions in the history of this planet.